Okay, it's May 7th. I'm going to go through a quick LightSpeed analysis for you here. The video on my left was taken May 3rd. That was using the GoPro. The angle's a little bit off, so kind of bear with me. You should still be able to see where his feet are landing. The one on my right was taken on May 6th. The one on the right is the one with better form, so just keep that in mind. They're both 21 miles an hour. Okay, first what I'm going to do is go ahead and play it in slow motion, and then I'm going to go over the analysis with you. Alright, so let me go ahead and play it in slow motion. Alright, so he's doing a jump on right here, and sorry if the video is a little bit choppy. Okay, he's adjusting. Alright. Great. Okay, what I'm going to do is go ahead and scoot these both back on up. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Okay. So, come on, baby. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and go over. Let's go over the bad first before we go over the good. All right. It's always good to get the bad out the way, right? There we go. Okay. So here's what we're looking for. Okay. I call this. There we go. I call this position right here the running man. Essentially, every miles per hour, whether you're at level, excuse me, at level, but I call it levels, but miles per hour, 7, 8, 9, whatever, all the way up to 23, 24, 25, 26, and he actually hit 27. This position is literally at every single miles per hour. Okay, right now that's irrelevant, but just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and look at this one over here. Okay, the one on the left. All right, what we're looking at here is poor form. Now, I don't want to say poor form, but untrained form. Okay, so what he's doing here, okay, first of all, his eyes, he's looking down, and there's a reason why he's doing that. I'm about to go over that in a minute, okay? But what we need to be looking at is this area right down in here. Okay, actually for both of these we need to be looking at this area right down in here. Okay, if in the video that I sent you, okay, Asafa Powell, Usain Bolt, Johan Blake, those guys are able to, I mean all of them, they're able to ascend to that level because of their running mechanics and their technique. Those guys are able to maximize the efficiency every time that they run. Okay, they're maximizing the efficiency of their hip and their hamstring. Okay, now take a look at this one on the left. What he needs to do, okay, is be able to kick this leg straight, all right, and land with a straight leg underneath the center of his body, all right. And what that's going to do is allow that hip and that hammy to send him further than an average runner. Okay, to put that in layman's term. Okay, so if we go ahead and put this in slow motion here, as you can see, when he's landing, this leg is bent. Okay, let me go ahead and see if I get a better angle at it. Okay, the leg is bent, and because of that, he's using his hamstring and his hip, but he's also using this front part of his quad here. Okay, now the quads are involved in running a little bit, but for the most part, what we want is these bad boys back here firing. Okay, your big old glute, your hip muscle, and your hamstring, mainly your upper hamstring muscle. Okay, and because of the way he's landing, all right, because he's not kicking that leg out straight, all right, his body's out of position, all right, his hips are out of position, okay, and he's a great athlete and he can make up for it. But as we start getting up into higher levels, 23, 24, 25, it's going to start to come out. And what's going to start happening is he's actually going to start slinking back here. Okay, hitting the treadmill. All right, now he's a great athlete. I got him all the way up to 27 miles an hour with poor form. I thought it would just work itself out, and we tried some different things with him, getting him on Vertimax, working the hip flexor stuff, and he took a layoff for a little bit, and he got to 23 miles an hour, and he just could not get back up to it. Okay, so we had to hit the drawing board again, and we started off with 6 miles an hour, 7 miles an hour, just to get him to be able to extend that leg out right. Okay, so take one more peek at this, and just keep a mental note of the way he's landing in his body position. As a matter of fact, I'm going to keep it right here. Okay, let's go over to the right video here. Okay, and this is the exciting part. This is what really sets the LightSpeed frame, the LightSpeed system apart from any other system in the world. Okay, so he's getting on the frame here. Okay, and you can already start to see it. All right, because he had been practicing all the way. We started literally from 6 miles an hour. We watched the video, stopped, went to 7, we stopped, watched the video, went to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way up to 21 miles an hour here. Okay, so this is what I want you to look for. Okay, you can already start to see he's getting ready to do it. All right, this leg needs to kick straight forward. All right. Now he could probably do a little bit better job out of it, but this is his first time doing it, and he hit it with flying colors, and I was actually really proud of him because the way he adjusted and how well he took to it. Okay, so this leg right here is going to kick out, and you're going to see him doing it, and because he's doing that, boom, right here, because he's doing that, look at that, it's a sweeping motion. He sweeps. Okay, he lands under the center of his body, and what he's doing is he's maximizing these bad boys right here. Okay, now if he's landing like that, the quad isn't so much of a factor here. Okay, can you see that? He's landing here, and it turns on the jets right in here, the hip and the hammy. Okay, now there's 3 phases of running. All right. There's when you're landing, this is called the pull phase. Okay, the pull phase is the moment when you land all the way when you come right here. It's the shortest of the 3. Okay, so you come out of the pull phase. Come on, baby. The second one is the push phase. Okay, so you can see right here he's pushing off the ground. All right, and the third is the swing phase when that knee swings back up. Okay, all 3 of those together, they make up your turnover. All right. Now, if any one of these are out of position, it's gonna affect the other 2. All right, and we can talk about the upper body, how the arms need to be at the 90, and he's actually not too bad here. I've never had a problem with his upper body. All right, but you can see right here the angle is night and day different. Okay. Also, his hips. Take note of his hips. Look at the difference in his hips when he's upright. Okay, now, I mean, to the untrained eye, that's not a big deal, but that's huge. Okay, this right here is the difference between an Olympic level sprinter and your average Joe. Just that minute little detail right there. Okay, out of position. Okay, he's too far forward. I can see what he's trying to do because I used to do it. All right, but we need to be right here, disciplined. Okay, so he's going to kick that leg forward, sweep, pop. All right, now this is important. I forgot to mention this. The way he's landing. All right, we're going to talk about the physics of it. I don't know the word, the science or whatever. Okay, the way he's landing. All right, now because he's out of position. And he's using, his quad mainly. Well, not mainly, but he's using his quad more than he needs to be. All right, it's more bent when he lands. Okay, as opposed to here, it's more straight, and he can use these. All right. Now think of a pogo stick. All right. If you're hopping on a pogo stick, and that pogo stick is bent. Excuse me, wrong one. And that pogo stick is bent. Okay, as opposed to straight. All right, which one do you think is going to go further? All right, obviously the one that's straight, because as he's applying that force in the ground, that energy can send him further instead of dissipating through the knee. Okay, we don't want to dissipate through the knee. We want that force to come straight through the ground and then send him forward. Okay. So let's go ahead and scoot that slow motion again. sweeping, boom. And I'm so proud of this kid for doing this. This is not an easy thing to do. Okay, this right here takes months upon months upon months of drilling to really perfect this. And this is his first day of doing this. And because of the weightlessness of the frame, he's able to actually practice this. Now this is 21 miles an hour, and that's what we're gonna work on. Now he needs to drill it and drill it and drill it and drill it and drill it until it becomes second nature to him, and he doesn't even need to think about it. Okay. Right now he's still thinking about it. He's starting to get a feel for it, but and you know, he kept on saying it was weird. It feels weird, but it's supposed to feel weird. Okay. When I first learned how to run, when anybody first learns how to run, I mean, when we were babies and we first learned how to walk, it felt weird. We just couldn't say it, right? Same thing with running. You got to learn how to run. It's gonna feel a little bit weird, but I'd rather have it feel weird and a little bit off than having it wrong. Okay, so now that you know what to look for, I'm going to go ahead and back it on up. Okay, back this bad boy on up. And I want you to watch it from the beginning so you can really get a gauge of what it looks like. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and press play. Boom. Look at that. It's night and day. Okay. And that's how it's done. All right. Make sure you check out that YouTube video I sent you. Okay. Again, you're gonna see all those guys do this. Okay. Every single one of them. They're all kicking the leg out. And watch their hips, okay? Sometimes they'll get up there, sometimes they'll be at 90, sometimes they'll be, you know, this obviously is 90, but sometimes it'll come to about right here, you know? I always thought this position right here demonstrated good running form, okay? Now, there's lots of guys who have strong hip flexors that aren't landing properly, okay? They're doing the bent leg thing, and they're not sweeping down and straightening that leg, and they're not as fast as they could be because they're trying to you know, run in their quads. Okay, and that's huge. That's essentially the meat and berries of running right there. Okay, so the next time I work with him is on Sunday. Let's see, 7th, 8th. It's the 9th or the 10th. We're gonna do the same thing. And just go from there. Okay, make sure you check out that other YouTube video I may send you to, and make sure you check that out. Okay, all right, that's it. Thanks.